Hello everybody, my name is Jack Skrvanek and I'm coming to you today on Saturday afternoon on my deck in just a beautiful day in Lincoln, Nebraska. It's in the mid-60s right now, there's no wind, it's just a glorious day. But it always hasn't been that way this week. The topic that I want to talk to you about is something that I've kind of always taken for granted. You know, I'm a Nebraska kid and growing up in the corn country. And I've always heard the term full moon, harvest moon, and really didn't think much about it. And then I got to realizing it hit me last Wednesday night. I was driving home from a basketball game that I played in, and about 30 miles away from here, and it was so bright that I drove about 8 to 10 miles, and I realized I didn't have my lights on. So then it just dawned on me, oh, harvest moon, okay. The harvest moon was for the benefit of the farmers because they could work out later in the fields without using all the technologies of lights and all that stuff. It's like, duh, you know, it's just like, I can't believe I'm 60 years old, lived in Nebraska all my life, and just didn't understand the significance rather of harvest moon. So then I got to thinking about it energetically, and just think about before farmers had all the lights on their tractors and trucks and everything, just how much energy there has been spent during harvest moons and getting the crops in, and the collective energies of all that's gone before. And then of course we all know the effect that a full bright moon has on the effects of the tides of the earth. Well, it's not a surprise that it's going to have effects on us, since we're mostly water and just a little bit of bones and just a little bit of some other stuff in there. So I don't know about you, so I got to just kind of thinking about what happened this week, and on a big level, just think of some of the crazy things that's went on this week. I mean, we had early in the week during this full moon, 3-4 day or full moon period, we had shootings in Washington, D.C. We had shootings in Miami. We had a basketball shooting, a pickup game in Chicago in one of the downtown inner city basketball courts. So there's just been a lot of crazy stuff, and therefore the word lunatic has kind of come up into my mind and kind of explains a little bit more. And then just think about some of the crazy things that have been going on in the weather right now. I mean, we've had all this flooding in Colorado. We've got a lot of family and friends in Colorado. Unfortunately, everybody is accounted for, but it's affected weddings, and people have lost their homes and belongings. It's just the power of weather and energy that is incredible. We've got all these storms in the Caribbean and Central America that that's late in the season, but there's like 4 or 5 of them that really aren't sure what's going to happen to them, so definitely this full moon has just energetically just has so much power on the earth and on all of us. And I've noticed it in my life this week that things at work were a little bit crazy. People were snipping at each other, and just some crazy things happening. People just getting trapped up with all this crazy stuff that's going on. And on a personal note, I was playing in a basketball game Monday night with some guys that have been friends for 20, 30 years, and 3 really good friends kind of got into an argument, and it really kind of got nasty, and really it was just petty stuff, and it's just like, nobody could really explain what happened. And then Wednesday night, the night I told you about my revelation, I was coming home from a game where I played in, and I went off on a guy, simply because he was younger than me and more talented, and he was young and athletic. I was old and slow, and I just kind of went goofy. I became a lunatic for a few minutes. So all of the events of this week made me realize just how powerful just the energy of this time is right now. And then I got to talking to some other friends, and you know, we were kind of comparing notes, and they were telling me that this has been just a wonderful time in their lives. The last few days, some wonderful things have happened to them, occupationally, financially, health, all this stuff. So it only makes sense that there's, with all this negative energy, there's also there's got to be equal and offsetting positive energies. So I think it's just a time that we just need to kind of sit back and look at, and if things seem just a little bit off, we can just kind of blame it on the energies of the universe. And at the same time realize that this is an opportunity with all of this energy that's afloat, that very good things can happen right now too. So this might be a wonderful time to get involved with something, or possibly start a new business, or just do something that will be supported by all this energy. So this post is just kind of to let you know a little bit about what I have felt this week, and some of the things that finally I understood from that kind of manifested on the gross level of life. But I don't know what I'm going to do with this video. You might join me on Facebook. I might put it on our Empower blog. I'm not sure where it's going to go yet, but you know, let's think about it. And if you have comments, just get in touch with me or comment on some of the videos, places that we normally see things. So have a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day here. It's just been the nicest day so far. We're going to continue that. Hope your day is wonderful too, and good energies. Bye-bye. And I can't shut it off.